Hello and welcome. Once again, we've got the old wet air, just had a shower. Off out today to get my Halloween nails did. So, yeah, thought I'd not smell. Anyways, welcome to the channel. My name's Carrie Ann. Disclaimers, these are just my thoughts and opinions. I speak on behalf of nobody else. And also, I am inclined to swear. And we all know that I'm gonna, if you've read the title, I haven't even written it yet. But I know what the video's about. So if you've read the title, you'll know that I am gonna swear in this one. Because I can't fucking stand pedos! Anyways, right. So, the other day, Ian Watkins, singer of the Lost Prophets and baby raper, was shanked in prison. And I just wanted to have, it's not that important henceforth why I've not waited for my hair to dry. I just want to dump and go, if you will. Well, I wanted to make the video yesterday and I couldn't be arsed. Honestly, I've got to sort myself out. And at the minute I can be arsed, so here we are. So, a couple of things about this that I just want to stick my two penneth in. First off, how long did that take, right? I was like, when it happened, I'm like, fucking hell. Like, I read somewhere that he's been in prison for 13 years, right? And if so, that's over £500,000 that we've been paying, that the taxpayer has been paying. Because it's 50 grand to keep somebody. 50 grand to keep somebody in prison, right? Just as a side note, we have 22,000 people in British prisons at the cost of £50,000 a head that ain't actually from England. Fucking, but Sacco's making the fucking money, mate, so who gives a shit, am I right? We could free her, and they're like, oh no, we're running out of places in prisons. Fucking send everybody back home then, mate. Half the people in there ain't even English. Anyways, well, I don't know half the people. I don't know how many people. If you know how many people are currently incarcerated in UK prisons, please leave the number in the box below in the comments section. Yeah, so he's been in there for 13 years, and I'm like, how the fuck? Because I thought they had a code that basically if a pedo goes into prison, they get offed. Actually, I know that this isn't true, because down around the corner from me, there's HMP Foss Way, which is chock full of pedos. And there are a lot of prisons in the UK that are chock full of pedos. Not all of them are English. I'm just saying, right? Some of them are, right? Ian Watkins being one. Now, I don't think I'm alone in my assertion that people like that, I don't think should be able to live amongst us. Unfortunately, due to the fact that our justice system is corrupt as fuck, and the further the further up you go in the food chain, especially when you get to judges, most of them are fucking pedos anyway, allegedly, right? But, you know, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, boys club, Freemasons basically, a lot of which, you know, do happen to have those tendencies. I'm just saying. Anyways, right, back to old Ian Watkins. Just got to say this. Fucking, it's good. I don't know if you've heard of Cunt and the Gang with a K. Cunt with a K. For the past 24 hours, at least, I've had, on a fucking earworm loop in my head, you got the wrong Ian Watkins, mate. Oh, you got the on me, like literally over and over and over again. I need to go and see the lyrics to that song, because it's just, you got the wrong, and I've just burst out when I'm doing something, just pop into the toilet, get up, you got the wrong Ian Watkins. Anyways, so yeah, it's not a good day to be H from steps, let's put it that way. But this man was guilty. Let's get to the point. This man was guilty of heinous acts. Heinous. He raped babies. Babies. Under one. Babies. Right? Now, I get loads of people at the minute because I'm pointing out that under Sharia law, little girls can be raped anally up to and vaginally after the age of 8 by law, in Sharia law. And everybody's like, oh, you're just I'm one of those far right Nazi thugs basically for pointing this out, because no, you can't have a go at Muslims because they're the victims in this. Because they've got horrible people like me pointing out that they are taught, I have to get this in every video, don't I? Pointing out that they are taught that they have to emulate Muhammad, who was perfect, and Muhammad had 9 wives, one of which was 6 years old when he married her, and 9 when he took her virginity. But I'm the bad guy. Just have to get that in there. Slip it in another video, because people deserve to fucking know. And we ain't told shit like that, because the agendas, them bastards, need us to basically be half. They need them to invade us successfully to fulfill their agenda. Like white people. Couldn't make it all. Freemasons. Anyways, right, back to Ian Watkins. So he's been in there for 13 years. And he was allowed to live. And I found out yesterday, this man got murdered for a £900 drug debt. This man fucking raped, but where is the... At the minute, right, there's this whole thing about, like, where English men have gone and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I remember when I was little, things like that. I live in Leicester, so we had the baby squad. We had a team of fucking football hooligans. There were men with football, and I despised it, right? Despise that kind of man. Cannot stand a violent man, right? Part of the reason why I'm against Islam. Because sex and violence, that's what the whole religion is based on. Sex with children. Lots of sex with children as well. We'll never stop fucking saying it. But it's like, in prison, you expect there to be thugs. A lot of people in prison are there for things like murder. A lot of people in prison are there for a fucking long time. And you're just allowing somebody to breathe clean air who raped babies. I think it's fucking indicative of the downfall of society, to be fair. Them bastards, because we believe everything we see on the TV, right? We have been conditioned, we have been brainwashed, sorry to use the word, conditioned is a better word really, but we have been conditioned, like the manliness has been conditioned out of men, white men, right? That I am being racist here, because, like, obviously, you see the people. There were white men with machetes as well. Lads want to be hard, and I think that we're going to see a resurgence of that kind of youth violence. To be fair, like from when I was young, many years ago, 40 years ago or whatever, because someone's going to snap somewhere. Anyway, so he's cost over 500 million to keep in prison after raping babies. And my whole point, getting to the whole point, why are the taxpayer, when you get somebody like that, who he videoed himself raping a baby, there is no denying Ian Watkins raped a baby, because he videoed himself raping the fucking baby. One of them. He didn't rape one baby. No. It was a boy baby and a girl baby. Oh, God. Right? Why? Why keep him alive? Why spend £50,000 a year keeping that man on this planet? Now, if you've not been with me for 17 years, which is more than likely, you won't know about when I started and what I've been told. But basically, what I've been told, at the end of life, it's like you can either come back, you can stay there in the ether, you can come back, or this is what I believe, right? Or basically, if you come round and you do so many lifetimes, and you literally, your energy does nothing to promote, to grow God, the universe, if what you're learning doesn't help, the progression and the growth of what the universal energy that we're all a part of, they recycle the fucker. You don't get another chance. Buff out of existence, start another ball of energy, put that through the system, see how that grows to help the universe. My ex taught me all that. Well, started me off on the journey. Bless his little heart. I'm thankful for everybody who come into my life, to be fair. Good or bad, everything teaches you. Remember that. So why don't we bring back the death sentence for people where it is obviously in today's society that would be difficult. I've just been, obviously I've been not following, but have seen videos on this Sora technology where they've got Jake Paul like quite literally putting makeup on and saying that he's gay. So maybe, but there's other ways to prove it. Like other than the video evidence and whatever, like confessions to friends. It's muddy in the waters. Like things like the AI is muddy in the waters on that. But when you've got, like somebody and they are inherently evil and doing nothing for the common good, i.e. feeding the energy that we are all part of, which can either be positive energy or negative. Any energy can be positive or negative, which is why we're bred to be negative, because them bastards that they constantly go on about who stole the secrets of the universe in the first place and know exactly what we are and lie to us about it, lie to us about what God is, lie to us about our whole life. Billions and billions of people have gone to their deaths never knowing why they were here. I personally think that's wrong. That's why I'm here. Anyways, back to Ian Watkins. Oh, God. Why not kill him? That man raped babies. Now, just want to stick a side note before I go. I think it's perfectly okay to separate the art from the artist. If you like lost profits, don't let anybody tell you you're wrong for that. Do you know what I mean? Personally, absolutely love the music of Rolf Harris and Gary Glitter. I even wrote a letter to Jimmy Savile once, although Jimmy Savile was always on my list. Like, I don't know if you have a list. I have a list of people where it's like, well, you're blatantly a fucking pedo. You know what I mean? There are a lot of famous people on my list who just go and fucking hoity-toity. Sorry, I have a list. Big list. And Jimmy Savile was on that list. Just people who rub you up the wrong way. People who you look at them and you're like, there's something of the night about that one. That kind of thing. You wouldn't think it looking at Ian Watkins but you never do fucking know. But it's like, if you are a Lost Prophets fan, bless you. That must fucking suck, to be fair. But how many of us? I remember when Jimmy Savile was outed, and I just felt like I felt a grief. I felt like a huge part of my childhood was taken away from me. An innocence that I had was taken away. I thought that that part of the world was good. I wrote to Jimmy Savile, for fuck's sake. I think it will have been to have met somebody famous, and I'm thinking it would have been Aha, to be fair. But I've written to Jimmy Savile and whatever, and like the amount of kids who'd sit and watch that on a Saturday afternoon, myself included, Do my fix for you and you and you and ba 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 ba. You know, God, just be careful who you put your fucking faith in. But I think for people like Ian Watkins, why are we spending £50,000 a year on keeping these people alive? That is the question. That is the point of the entire video. So if you have any thoughts and comments on anything that I've said today or any day, please feel free to leave a comment. Please if you like any of my videos, please do bother to click, because it makes me smile. Like, I don't get a lot of attention, obviously, because I'm not like any other brother. This channel is not like your normal channel. So I do, I'm a niche market, so it's nice to know that people are like, yeah, Kez, yeah, please do that. And like with anything, please share. I'm sitting there, I've had this video, oh God, I've got somebody having a go at me on Facebook at the minute, lovely, but it ain't bringing me down. I refuse to be nasty at people who just don't know what's going on, do you know what I mean? It's not his fault. I'm going to try and educate him as best I can, and if not, I'll just stop replying, because he's already getting in there with the personal insults, and it's like, mate, what are we becoming when we're nasty at each other on someone else's fucking behalf? Apparently, like, literally all of this everybody's like, yay, ceasefire in Gaza, and apparently Hamas are beheading people in Gaza just so that hearsay, what I'm making of it, just so that when Donald Trump and that lot go over and rebuild Gaza, Hamas can be, well, we're the only ones here, mate. It's got to go to us because they're beheading everybody else. That's coming to the UK. We're gonna, well, we already have beheadings in England. Beheadings, mate, like the good old British beheadings. Oh, come on, people. So yeah, Ian Watkins, what a wrong and fucking, I ain't gonna celebrate his death because I ain't about death. Do you know what I mean? But I am being practical about it, and I don't give two fucking shits that man is dead. Do you know what I mean? I ain't gonna mourn him. I'm not gonna jump on there, whoa, ding dong, the cunt is dead, like fucking, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna gain pleasure from it because that will make me negative. I'm not gonna join in with the negative feelings about it. I'm not going to join in with the the nastiness of like, fucking die. Fuck it, mate. I'm going to get my nails did today. Too much other stuff to be fucking happy about, to be worrying about fucking dead pedos. Shut up, Kerry Ann. If you made it to the end, I owe you a berry. Thank you for being here. Please come back and never forget that I love you all, unless you're a pedo. Bye.